Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about how to balance your life as an entrepreneur. I get so many questions about balance, and this is just something that I love talking about because it's really a work in progress for me, especially. Like, it's been something that I've been working on for a really long time. It's not something that happens overnight. It's not something that you figure out in a week, okay? So you might really need to sit down and think about what you want your schedule to be like and how you want to implement balance in your life. But today I'm just going to share a few tips with you guys of how I balanced my life, and hopefully these things can help you as well. So if you are excited about this video, stay tuned, keep on watching, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe down below as well, and let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I had to do was I had to get a notebook and a planner. So here's my notebook, this is my notebook right here, and this is my planner right here. I had to do something, you guys. Like, there was no way that I was going to be able to continue only using my phone. There was no way that I was going to be able to remember all of this stuff by heart. Like, it's just not possible when you have so much stuff going on. So my notebook says wild ideas because, listen, anything goes. I write down all of my ideas in here. I write down my to-do list. I write down any and everything, like any and everything I will write down in this book. Let me just show y'all, because don't think that I don't actually use my notebook. Like, your girl has pages upon pages of notes. Like, all of my goals, I'm writing out my craziest ideas, my wildest ideas. It doesn't even matter. Like, I just write it down because things don't stay in your brain forever, okay? If I don't write it down, I might never get it back. So I just like to keep my notebook with me at all time. I actually keep this by my bed. Like, when I get in the bed, I keep it by my bed just in case I need to reach it and write something down, because I'm a night owl. So all of my crazy ideas, all of my creativity and everything come at night. So if I don't have this next to me in my bed, it is not good, okay? Sometimes I will just go ahead and write notes in my phone, but nothing is like writing something down in an actual notebook. And writing things down is also a way of manifesting. You definitely want to manifest the things that you want, so write them down. Tangible is better in some cases. So I got a notebook, and then I also got a planner. So this is my planner, and it says "Hello Gorgeous" on the front. I love this thing, you guys. I just had to have something that I could physically lay everything out and look at it and write on it and mark it up. I'm just that type of person. And to see the calendar in front of me is just helpful sometimes. And mine is super cute. Like, it has fun little pages like that separate the months and everything. This one is gonna end this year, so I'm gonna be on the hunt for a new planner once December comes. But to have something physical that has a calendar in it as well to write down your stuff inside of can help you. I will say that I don't use this as much as I use this, but still, like, I do pick this up whenever me and my mom have our business meetings and stuff. Definitely with this notebook, y'all, I have to look at this every day. I'm going in here, I'm scratching stuff off of my to-do list. I'm doing all kind of planning and everything in here, and then I might even transfer things over to my Google Drive or something like that if I want to type it out, but mostly it's right here. When it comes to your planners and your notebooks and everything, I would highly recommend getting something that you love. Get something cute. Get something that is going to inspire you. Get something that is going to make you want to pick it up and actually write in it, okay? Don't get something that is basic. You don't even really like it. It's not grabbing your attention. It's not making you want to write down your stuff every single day, or it's just not making you feel inspired. I'm a creative person, so I'm all about the aesthetic of things. I'm always about how things look, and if it looks cute, I'm automatically more excited. So make sure you get something that fits you and fits your personality. Don't just buy a notebook that you're never going to use, because I definitely have done that many times in the past. Like, oh, let me just save money and go to Walmart and get, you know, like a composition book or like a regular school notebook or something, and then never touch it. I never write in it. I never, like, that is just a waste when you can spend a little bit more money. These planners and things like that, they can get really expensive depending on where you are shopping for them, but just invest a little bit of money in something really nice that you like, that you know that you're going to use, versus wasting money on something that is not even inspiring you to pick it up to write in it. So that is all I have to say about the notebooks and the planner. Make sure you have one. It's just kind of like the easiest first step to finding balance in your life. Practicing writing things down, making plans, putting plans on paper, putting things out in the universe and making them real, making them come to life. Not just something that's in your mind, it's actually something that's coming to life now that you've written it down on paper. The next tip that I can give you is to make to-do lists. And don't just make to-do lists every single day. Make a realistic to-do list, you guys. I promise you, I will sit here, because I usually make all of my to-do lists the night before I go to work, or you know, I try to do things ahead of time. I don't like to wake up and not know what I'm doing that day, so I'll always try to either do it early in the day before, or sometimes I do it at night. But sometimes I find myself just piling my list up, like piling, and I'm just creating unrealistic goals for myself that day, and that's really not healthy for your mental, like, because you'll feel like a failure at the end of the day because you didn't get everything done. So I really had to learn how much time it takes to do certain things, because I'm all over the place. I'm going to make lip gloss, I'm filming content, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So as I keep doing things, I'm learning how long it's taking me to film certain videos, how long it's taking me to edit certain videos, how long is it going to take me to do all of these orders and drop them off and do this and do that. Just kind of like thinking strategically about stuff and making a list that actually makes sense. Like, I am only one person, okay? I cannot do 50 things in one day. Even if I really wanted to, like, there is probably a very low chance that I would get everything done, because everything that I have to do is time consuming. I could see if I had 50 easy, quick 2-minute tasks to do every day, but no, things are taking hours to do. Things are taking 30 minutes, things are taking 3 hours. Like, some things just take time. So really sit down and plan out your to-do list strategically, because you want to set yourself up for success and not set yourself up for failure. It's just better for you when it comes to time management, and it's also better for your mental health to feel like you did everything that you did today and feel satisfied and feel proud and productive. I love that feeling at the end of the day, to just know that I knocked everything out that I needed to do that day. So try to do that. You can make to-do lists in your notebook, you can make to-do lists on your phone, you can make to-do lists wherever you want to, but just make sure it's written down. Make sure you are able to either scratch things off of the list or backspace them out, or whatever the case may be. I know for me personally, I get more satisfaction from actually striking through, like I'm like striking through all the things that I just finished on my to-do list. So if you're that kind of person when it comes to being more tangible and you want to write down your to-do list, you can do that. Some days I just am on the go and I'm forgetting things, so I just do a to-do list on my phone. So I just like backspace the stuff that I already finished. Whatever way works for you. It's definitely a personal preference in what you decide to do for you and your business, but that's just what works for me. Either way, you need to have a to-do list, okay? You need to have a list. You need to just know, like, having a to-do list every single day is just what keeps you organized. It just keeps you on track with what you're doing. Like, that's how big corporations function. They have teams of people, yes, but they have an agenda. Like, they know what all needs to be done in that day. So you kind of have to treat it the same way and do the same thing. So my next tip is to utilize some kind of calendar system virtually as well. Even though you have a tangible planner, sometimes having it digitally is also helpful because you can set reminders. I know that time management is also something that a lot of you might struggle with. So having constant reminders going off to let you know, hey, you need to move on to the next task, or hey, don't forget to do that. That really does help. My brain is always in like a million different places at one time. So I love utilizing reminders, because if not, some things might just slip my mind, and I'm very passionate about the things that I do. So when I get to working, I get wrapped up and the day can literally pass me by and I won't even know it. So I really do benefit from having reminders. You can use the calendar app if you want to. If you have an iPhone, I have an iPhone, so I use the calendar app. You can also use Google Drive, so you have Google Calendars as well. You can set reminders that way. If you have the Google Calendar app on your phone, You can do whatever it is that you want to do, okay, however it works for you, but to have your task laid out virtually somewhere that is going to remind you when it needs to be done, if you're on like a tight time schedule or something, that is very helpful, and that will allow you to keep yourself on track without really having to think about it. There's also this website and app called Trello, and I was using this a while back when me and my friend Sierra were kind of working together to try to motivate each other, keep each other on our toes. We were utilizing this app to kind of plan out our content for YouTube. Trello is just a nice system that you can go in and you can plan projects. You can set little task lists on there so that you can know what you need to be doing every single day. So they do have a lot of apps and resources out there for you to use if you're looking for a different platform to use in order to help you out with the organization part of it, or maybe the time management part of it. So definitely do your research and see if there's anything out there that you would like to use for you and your business. My next tip for you guys is to work on self-discipline. So this is really, really important, because self-discipline is something that you have to have as an entrepreneur, because there's nobody checking for you, okay? There's nobody here that's holding your hand or that's here telling you to do X, Y, and Z. Like, you are the one that's running the show. So you really have to keep yourself in check. And sometimes that can be really hard. Like, when you're not feeling it or when you're super tired, sometimes it's really hard to keep going and keep pushing through moments like that. But it's all about the self-discipline, because I was in many situations where I'm sitting down thinking like, you know, I used to work a corporate job. I had to be to work at 7:15. So if I was late, that was unacceptable. Like, I had no choice but to get up, get in the car, and go to work and be there by 7:15, or else there was going to be issues on my end. You have to have that same kind of mentality. You really don't have a choice but to get up and go to work. You can't allow yourself to sit in bed. You can't allow yourself to sleep through your alarm every single day just because you are running the show. Just because you're an entrepreneur, that doesn't mean that you don't have stuff to do. That doesn't mean that this isn't a real business with real deadlines. So you need to treat it as such. And that starts with your mindset and your mentality. You have to think about it like that. Like, okay, this is a real job. This is not something that I'm doing for fun. This is not a hobby. This is not a joke, okay? You have to take yourself serious or no one will. Like, you have to get up and you have to make it happen, because nobody else is gonna make it happen. This is your business. So being self-disciplined and really being in the mindset of a business owner is very important. Like, you just have to know that you're the one that's making this thing go. You have to show up for your supporters because you're the one that is doing all of the work. I had to learn that. I was letting myself be too flexible. I'm like, that's one of the benefits of being an entrepreneur. My schedule is very flexible, so I can shift things around if I need to, but I was letting myself get too comfortable. I was letting myself sleep in. I was letting myself not finish everything that I wanted to finish. I was just letting myself get away with too many things that was not helping me at all. And you just shouldn't have to do that. Like, you should not be letting stuff slip through the cracks just because you run the business and you don't have a manager or anybody that's coming in here and getting on you about what you're supposed to be doing. So treat this like a real business. Be self-disciplined. Make sure you keep yourself in line. Don't let yourself slip up because you're tired. You got to keep pushing. You got to work through it. Once you start to learn how to balance your life, then you'll feel better, because you'll actually sleep more. You'll actually, you know, you'll be able to get more stuff done once you figure out how to handle everything at one time. Keep working on it, okay? Because I promise this is not something that even I achieved overnight. Like, the self-discipline part of being a business owner is something that really took me a while to get a grasp on. And like I said, it's really a mindset thing too. All right, so the next tip, set a schedule that works. Set up a schedule that works for you. A schedule that works for you and your business. This calls for trial and error, okay? I know that you're gonna have to try certain schedules to see what's gonna work and see what's not gonna work. That's just the reality of the situation, right? So I was like struggling with creating my schedule because, one, I'm a night owl, so I like to be up at night. I like to work at night. And if I had it my way, I would literally wake up every day at around 3 p.m. and get ready and everything. And I would probably work from like 4 p.m. until 3 a.m. or something like that. Like, I love working at night. I don't like getting up early. I'm not in a good mood in the morning, and that's because I'm always up at night. Everything always comes to me at night. So I'm sitting here trying to make sure that I'm not missing out on any of my ideas, because I'm like, my brain is flowing, things are going, so I'm like, oh, let me get up, let me write this down, and then I end up just thinking and planning, and then, you know, that happens for hours when I'm supposed to be asleep. So that's why when I get up in the morning, I'm in a bad mood, obviously, because I'm tired. I was up late and now I'm up early. So if it was up to me, I would be on that kind of schedule. I would be working the night shift, because that's just what I like to do. But I can't do that. I can't do that for my lip gloss business, because I have my mom helping me and she has a schedule of her own. So it's just like I have to accommodate for those type of things. I have to compromise for those type of things. But I finally have found a schedule that works for me. So we set up a schedule for our lip gloss hours, and then I have a content creating schedule, and then I have a posting schedule. Like, schedule out all of your stuff. When you work a regular job, you have days that you go in and you have days that you're off. That's just the way life goes. You know that on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're going in from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then you need to schedule yourself the same way if you're an entrepreneur. You need to pick which hours you're going to be working, which days you're going to be working on what. And then you need to also put time off on your schedule, okay? Put time off on your schedule. That is my next tip. I always want to work, and that is not healthy, and that is just not sustainable. I cannot just keep going and not taking any days off. It's just not gonna work. I'm gonna get burnt out, and I'm gonna be looking crazy when I can't get my work done because I'm down, you know, like I'm tired or I don't feel good, or however it plays out. I would be burnt out if I continue to just work nonstop. Nobody does that, okay? Everyone has to have at least one day off. So put that on your schedule. Literally, you have to be disciplined. You have to schedule everything out, and you have to be the one that's holding yourself accountable, because you're the manager, you're the associate, you're the customer service, you're everything, okay? You don't have it set up to where people can just hand you your schedule and you just have to abide by it. You have the power to create your own schedule. So that's why I told myself, okay, since I have the power to do that, I need to create something that actually really works for me, that I'm actually really happy with. So I tried many different schedules. Me and my mom have been back and forth. We tried so many different schedules, and we finally landed on one that worked. So don't feel bad about yourself if it's not going how you want it to go. It's okay. Like, you can change it, you can tweak it, and you can try again until you find something that you actually really like. And once you have your schedule set up, write it down, okay? Write your schedule down. Make it concrete. Make this real life. Don't just have it in your mind and knowing which days you're doing what. No. Write it down. Please. Please write it down. My next tip is to set deadlines. So I'm the type of person, I work on deadlines. I went to college and I had very, very hard deadlines. And I had deadlines for everything, whether that was my school assignments, whether that was with my job on campus, whether that was with my clubs. We had deadlines for everything. So that is how I operate. I know that on this day, this project is due. And if I don't turn it in on this day, it's gonna be a 0. They're not gonna accept it late. A lot of professors don't accept work late. So there were no other options, you know? Like, you can't give yourself other options. So I set deadlines now because that's just kind of how I work best. Knowing, okay, this is when I have to post this video, this is when I have to launch this collection, and I see how much time I have to prepare, how much time do I have to work, and then I can plan out how I want to execute it. So set deadlines. I'm the type of person, I work under pressure. Like, I can work really well under pressure with certain things when it comes to my business. So sometimes I am doing stuff the day before. Sometimes I am still doing stuff the day of, but I still get it done. I'm still gonna get it done. I know when my deadline is, and I'm gonna make it happen by any means necessary on that deadline. So that goes back to the self-discipline as well. Set deadlines and stick to them. If it's something like posting videos, or like right now I'm working with different companies, so sometimes I have actual days like this video has to go up today, this Instagram post has to go up today. So it's not flexible, it's not something that I can miss, it's not something that I have another option. Like, this is set in stone when it has to be done, so we're gonna get it done. And that's just how I operate. I think it's really helpful to know when things are due. And sometimes, like in college, we would have soft deadlines too. So like we would have little progress updates. So if you have a really big project and you want to kind of break it up a little bit because it might be too overwhelming, you can do that as well and set up little checkpoints like, okay, this chunk of the project needs to be done on this day, this chunk needs to be done on this day, this chunk done on this day, full project done on this day. You can totally do that. That might actually help you, and it will keep you on track throughout the whole process, because you don't want to be 3/4 of the way down and you didn't even do all of that work. You definitely don't want to get all the way to the end and you're trying to do every single little thing because you didn't work on it continuously throughout. So sometimes with larger projects, it's easier to work that way. I right now am feeling so confident in my schedule for YouTube. Like, I am on it. I have content filmed, I'm editing content as the time goes by. Devin is editing content. We have the podcast. You guys are really loving the podcast, and I have a set posting day for that, a set posting time for that. So there's no way around it, you know, unless we have technical difficulties or something that's totally out of our control. But other than that, it's like this is when this is going up. Like, we know what the schedule is at this point. So it has taken me years, you guys, years to get here, to actually create a schedule and to actually stick with it, because I found myself making these things, saying that I'm gonna do this, saying that I'm gonna do that, and then I don't do it. And then I'm mad at myself now because I'm like, why am I not doing it? Why is this not working? And that's when I'm like, okay, well, let me try something different. Let's see if I can do this one. So it's all a process, you guys. But set deadlines, it definitely helps me, so it might help you as well. All right, so my next tip, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but set reminders and set alarms. Set alarms. Let me show y'all something. Let me just show y'all what my phone looks like. Let me show y'all. Y'all can see this. I have so many alarms in my phone, and that is because my brain, y'all, I promise, my brain is all over the place and I just cannot remember every single thing. And then also, I'm out and about, I'm working on this, but then I got a video scheduled, so it's just gonna post and I might not even know that it's 5 p.m. and it just went up, and I need to be promoting it and I need to let people know it's out. Like, there's so many things that go on behind the scenes, and when you're working on multiple different things, sometimes you just get caught up and stuff just slips your mind, or you just don't even know what time it is. So I like to set a reminder for like 4:59 p.m. because I know my video is gonna post at 5. So when it posts at 5, I want to post on Instagram and let y'all know, hey, I just posted a new video. Swipe up to watch it. Go leave me a comment. And then when my videos first go up, I try to be on there and be active so that I can respond to comments, engage with you guys. All of y'all that are always first and second and third on my videos, like all of my early notification squad, you know who you are, and y'all always comment, and I love y'all. So I gotta be here at that time so that I can interact with y'all. Like, if I just schedule it and don't set an alarm, I promise you I will not even know that it's 5 p.m. Video will be up, and then I won't even notice it until I start seeing my notifications, like my comments are coming through, and I'm like, oh crap, I need to go share it on Instagram. I need to make sure everyone sees it. So setting alarms on your phone is very helpful. I do it for all kind of stuff. Like, I have an alarm set right now because today is Saturday and my podcast audio is gonna go up at midnight. So I'm going to promote it at midnight when it goes up. So I have an alarm set at 11:57 so that I can have 3 minutes to collect my life and get ready for whatever it is that I'm about to post so that I can share the podcast. Like, that is just how I operate. I have other alarms, like for me to wake up, alarms for me to hop on a Zoom call that I need to get on, alarms for me to check my email because I need to check my email periodically throughout the day so that I'm responding to emails during the week in a timely manner. So it's just like, with me working on so many different things, if I did not have those alarms set, I promise you, the time would just fly by and I wouldn't even know. So set alarms if that will help you. Set reminders to just let you know, hey, don't forget to do this. Hey, don't forget to do that. it's really helpful. So my next tip is to have accountability partners. If you feel like you are in a space where you just got started and you don't know how things are gonna go, and maybe you need a buddy that's gonna help you to keep yourself on your toes, don't feel bad about asking your close friends or maybe your family members, or I mean, it really could just be one person. Like me and Sierra were kind of accountability partners for a minute, but now it's more so my mom is my accountability partner, because I keep her up to speed with everything that I'm doing and everything new that I'm trying to do for Smudge. And it's just a crazy time right now with my anniversary coming up, with all of this stuff that's coming up, the holiday season. So she knows that I'm working on a lot of stuff, so she's periodically checking in with me like, hey, what's the update on this? Hey, how's your progress on this? Hey, did you order this? So she really helps me out with that. Also, like managing my inventory. She's like, hey, you need to order some more of this because we're gonna run out soon. Hey, you need to order more of that because we're gonna run out soon. So I'm just all over the place, like I've been saying in this whole video. So sometimes I'm just not thinking about stuff like that throughout the day because I'm working on other things. So to have her there is super beneficial for me, because I'm like, ooh, okay, I need to order this stuff now so that we don't run out. So whether that's, you know, you have a business partner, or if that's your best friend, or if it's your mom, it really doesn't matter. If you feel like you need someone to help hold you accountable when you first start out, even if you're not just starting out. I'm not just starting out and I still have my mom here helping me. So if you just have a lot on your plate, sometimes an accountability partner can be really helpful to help keep you on track as well. My next tip is probably one of my favorite tips, okay, is to reward yourself. So I like to do this now because I have been the type of person, like I said before, that is just a workaholic. Like I just want to be working all day, every day. I don't really take time out to take a break. And nowadays I'm just like, listen, life is too short to be working every single moment. Like you need to take time out to enjoy yourself. Have a glass of wine if you're of age. Go have food with your friends, or invite your friends over for, you know, a wine tasting like we did in my last video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. It's linked up above for you guys. But I've been just setting all of my guidelines for myself. Like these are the things that I need to get done each day, and at the end of the week I'm like, these are all the things that should have been done this week. So once everything is done, now you can play, okay? So I give myself a little reward, and it's usually on the weekends like it is now. Like my friend Serena was just here. We were drinking wine and catching up, but we were still kind of filming content in between because we're both content creators, so we just want to film content by nature. But it was fun content. It didn't feel like we were working super hard or anything. So I just kind of rewarded myself with a couple of hours off of work to have fun. And sometimes your reward can be, you're gonna buy something that you've been wanting and you've been saving up for a long time. Like once you get certain things done, or once you reach certain milestones, you can reward yourself, and that kind of will just motivate you to keep going. Like do nice things for yourself and actually acknowledge that you're doing a good job. Like reassure yourself sometimes. Let yourself know that you're doing great. Stuff is getting done and it's going well, okay? Like don't just be so wrapped up in trying to do everything and not really taking a moment to sit back and process. Like, dang, I just did everything on my to-do list this week, you know? So I've just been trying to do that every now and again, reward myself, and just realize that the weekends are for me. So like I said, put time off on your schedule. Most regular 9-to-5s work Monday through Friday. I work Monday through Sunday, but at the same time I'm balancing my time on the weekends. So like today I said we filmed videos today, but we also took 3 hours off to just enjoy each other's company and chat and drink wine. So doing that throughout the week, or planning out how you want to do that for your days off, is really beneficial. And give yourself a little treat sometimes. Treat yourself. You deserve it, okay? You've been working hard. Make sure you reward yourself for the work that you are doing sometimes. Like, I mean, obviously you're running a business, so these are things that you just have to do. You don't get a reward for just making your business go. You don't get rewarded for that. That's not what I'm saying. But every now and again, you need to just treat yourself to something that you deserve, something that you think you deserve, something that you can obtain. Don't go out and spend all your money, okay? You don't got to do that to treat yourself. just, you know, give yourself a pat on the back for making things happen. Even if it might have got tough, you still pulled through and you kept it pushing and you got it done. At the end of the day, it still got done. So I've been doing that lately, and that just makes me feel so much better, you know, because sometimes I just feel like there's so many things that need to be done. So I finish one thing, but I still have 10 more things that I need to do. It's like a never-ending cycle. So you really have to just let yourself know that you're doing a good job. It's like self-love. Tell yourself you're doing good, sweetie, all right? Because you are. At the end of the day, you really are. I have those days where I feel like I'm being unproductive because I'm not moving as fast as I want to be, or I'm not getting as many things done as I want to. But at the end of the day, like, I really am killing it. And I don't be realizing that because I be so wrapped up in what I'm not doing. But the stuff that I am doing is going great. So like I said, it's all about your mindset, okay? All about your mindset. And then this kind of all ties into my last tip, which is don't beat yourself up. There's gonna be times where things happen that are not in your control. There's gonna be a process of you trying to figure out what schedule works for you. You might try 5 different schedules and it doesn't work. And that's okay. Like, you're gonna land on something that is gonna work for you. You're gonna figure out how to balance your own life. I can't tell you exactly what to do. I can't tell you what hours you need to be working because I'm not in your business, you know? So it might take time. You might not figure this out for the next 3 months, and that's okay. I feel like I've been working on this my whole life. Like, I've been trying to balance my life since college. Like, making sure that I'm eating, making sure that I'm sleeping. These are all things that you need to make sure that you're doing as well. Like, these are not even on the list because these are things that are supposed to be common knowledge. But no, like, you need to eat and sleep, because sometimes I will get to work and I will just be like in go mode. Like, I just won't eat, and that's not okay. So make sure you're taking care of your body. Make sure you are listening to your body. If you're feeling like you're about to hit that point where you're too overwhelmed, make sure you're paying attention to those signals, and just give yourself more credit because you're doing great. And being an entrepreneur is not easy. Like, businesses were not built to run off of one person. All of the big businesses, they have teams of people, okay? We're like freaking superwomen trying to run a business or multiple businesses, and we're the only ones or one of the few that are doing this. Like, it's not even really set up to be like this. So most of the time we're doing a lot better than we think, and we just need to give ourselves more credit. And that also helps your mental health too, because sometimes, I promise y'all, like, it will get depressing if things are not going as planned, or if you just feel like you're not doing a good job. It's just not good for your mental health either. So give yourself more credit. Don't beat yourself up. It takes time. Like, we don't have to rush. It takes time to figure these things out. It's all about trial and error. It's all about implementing different things and seeing how you like it. So just trust the process. Enjoy the process. I feel like I say this all the time, but right now I feel amazing. Like, I am so grateful that I went through all of that to land here, because I love the schedule that I'm on right now, and it's working really well. Like, for me to be doing YouTube consistently every single week, y'all, I promise y'all, this has been a goal of mine for the longest. Like, when I was in school, I was so sad that I couldn't be as consistent as I wanted to, because I just had so many other things going on. I was spread completely thin. I was filming and never edited any of that footage. Like, I have so much footage from college right now, and I'm just like, oh, I wish I would have got that footage up, you know? So now that I'm here and I'm on a schedule, it is the most rewarding feeling ever. So I promise y'all, it's all part of the process, and the process is worth it, because once you land on something you love, it just feels amazing. So yeah, you guys, those are my tips to balancing your life. I mean, do whatever works for you, because it's really personal, because everyone's life is different. Everyone is not like me. A lot of y'all are not trying to manage 2 businesses and a YouTube channel. So, I mean, I have a lot on my plate, and I also still want to have a social life. So I'm like, I want to still be social as much as I can. I want to still tune into my social media as well, be consistent on other social media platforms like Instagram, like TikTok, And so it's a lot of stuff that I'm juggling, and I know that everyone is not in the same exact situation, but hopefully some of these tips could help you out. Let me know in the comments down below if any of these tips are helping you, if you're going to be trying to implement anything in your schedule, into your routine, to try to find balance in your life. I still feel like I'm not 100% perfect because I'm trying to now schedule Instagram for myself, because I want to post on my personal Instagram more. I feel like I prioritize my Smudge Instagram because I have a larger audience over there. I have a more engaging audience over there, but I really do need to put Crochet by K and my personal page kind of up at the top as a priority, because I really do want to continue building those pages as well too. So I gotta figure this out. I'm still in the process of also making a posting schedule for Instagram now, so it's like the work is never done, but progress is always being made. So yes, you guys, like I said, I hope that this could inspire you or help you in one way or another. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to my channel down below, because guess what? Road to 20K. I'm so excited, you guys. I cannot believe we're about to hit 20K. I say this every video, but I'm still in shock. So make sure you subscribe down below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.